Coach, thanks. As mentioned, we are on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. It's sold out Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Under 10. Double. 10.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jordan Evans in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Roethlisberger will throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Get that! Black 80! Eight! Crunch! Hey, box drop!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And now Jordan Howard slow to get to his feet, so they will stop play here. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up,
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Anthony Hitchens make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Great. Here we go. Ready?
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
What we knew coming in, it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after it right out of the gate.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, high 7. No spacing.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
From the 40 now on second down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Ready? Ready? Yeah, right there. 54 Mike. 20. 54 Mike. 54.
Newton on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
On second down, here's Mixon. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Newton to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good headed scheme going.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Ready? Ready? Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points. And he's into the clear. The 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Does the big boy have the juice? And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game. That'll
be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
No.
Nixon will try the right side, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go. 8.
Out of the gun, Newton. And got his man complete. There he goes left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Nixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Block 80! Bring it!
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Joe Mixon. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I know he ain't got it. Mike 5-4, Mike 8.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Too long, got cut. 8. Mike 54. Mike 54.
On second down, Mixon. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, can you help dig this hole? See if you can get us.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Passing it.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Don't get nervous now.
On second down now, Mixon. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Mixon running right, and he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They will go for it. Now Newton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
20.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Great.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
20.
They snap it to Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off around the 27. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing on second down. Newton. Rolling. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Shazier. Just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Newton. Completes this one to Meredith. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now Newton on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Now they run with Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Again, it's Mixon. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 77 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Steelers take over
That's
first
it, baby.
and 10
We're going to work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. This complete to Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's faster.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Quarter. Hey, Charlie. Let's go, team. It's going to be
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
He's coming. He's coming. Double up. Alert 3.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hello?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Watch the screen. Check safety.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Switch gears.
Now a give, right side. Mixon. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. The Bengals bring out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach? That was planned.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Roethlisberger will throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And now here is another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested, right? A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. He runs. Switch. Big.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. He's going to float this. It got his man complete. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 47 yards.
Check 4.
That's good.
Alert. Eight.
Throwing now. Roethlisberger on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Ben to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 50, check 50. 25, check 25.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. On 1st down. Mixon. Again he finds an opening. Past the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, here's Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Bravo. Check, check. Focus, focus. Fresno.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw, deep depth. He's got a man, complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Black 80. Keep these 2.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yes, sir, Sam.